What up, everybody? DJ Monopoli here. Vlog episode 3. It's already been kind of a hectic day. Sometimes you get to the venue, just start hustling, you start getting things in. So we kind of missed this part of it, but you didn't miss a whole lot. Essentially, it's a very unique space. We got to kind of figure out what's best as far as our setup, being close to the dance floor, from a sound perspective, making it sound good for the guests. It's a really cool venue, completely outside, uncovered. Not always the case, so that's kind of cool and unique. Setting up our Modern Consoles booth like always, our Evox 12.
Talk about the shady setup.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes you just got to make it work. You got to work with what you got. So again, my main thing is just I like being symmetrical. I like being centered as much to the space as possible. So we had like a sewer grate under there. So we got creative using that really as like where I'm standing. So at least that's stable. Wedging some rocks underneath our setup here to keep everything nice and solid-ish. Add this to my resume, all right? I had a landscape design, wedding landscape design to my resume. But yeah, still gonna look great. We'll do a couple lights, and then we'll show you guys our ceremony setup. Cocktail hour, we got Matt Berman on sax tonight. He'll crush it as always. And yeah, another crazy wedding weekend. Okay. So I guess this could be like a tip. Most DJs should know this, but just in case. So last night I had a tented wedding, remote location. They only had one source for power, and it was a shared circuit. DJs, if you don't already, make sure you have some kind of a voltage meter where you can kind of get an idea of what power you're actually working with in your DJ booth or in your main setup. Because last night, once they turned on the lighting, the kitchen, the space heaters, terrible things to be sharing a circuit with, I had about 107 volts, which is horrible. At least I was aware of it, but always something you should know going into your events. Don't be just plugging in blind, not realizing how much juice you're actually working with. Something short out on you can have the music cut out of nowhere. Ultimately, despite the fact that it's technically the venue's responsibility and the venue's fault for setting you up like that, when the music goes out, guess whose fault it is? The DJs. A really quick breakdown. So again, this is my power conditioner that has a voltage meter right on there. So it's giving me a readout of 116 right now. Dual SLXD microphone system, 10-channel mixer. So, I mean, this system has been an absolute beast for me. Pretty bulletproof, allows me to plug in musicians. Like tonight, we'll plug Matt right into the mixer. Outputs to the DJ line, an auxiliary line, so an iPad just in case something decides to not cooperate. Even have a booth output in case I want to run a monitor for myself. So everything kind of lives in here. Obviously we have the TV, which will fire up with a custom graphic for the couple. It's a very simple plug and play. Every gig can rock and roll pretty quick. Hey, how you doing? It's so nice to meet you. How's everything so far? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we're just about situated here. Matt will be here soon. You guys doing good? Doing photos. Yeah,
just a little behind schedule.
Hey. Fortunately, it's the name of the game. Speakers like this. Alright, sounds good. It looks a little wonky because it's on rocks, but yeah, be my setup eyes from the outside looking in case they start to look like they're shifting in any way. Ceremony time. Well, not quite, but we're getting set up for ceremony. Same setup as last time. I'm gonna walk you guys through a little bit more of a detailed overview of like what I'm using, and I guess try to throw in a couple tips that I think would be helpful. First and foremost, you always want to make sure you have line of sight to where a couple is going to be standing so that you have the best signal possible. This table, I'm gonna have to get myself some Amazon affiliate links, I'm telling you, because stuff like this has changed the game. Like this little collapsible table. We have our rack box, we have our mic system, same as in the podium on our main DJ setup, same dual microphone system. And then the other kind of trick here is that I use a Jackery 1000, which I mentioned in our first vlog. Definitely highly recommend that to all my DJs to pick up a Jackery. That way, you know, let's just say for example, the venue has power in that back left corner. Now 30 yards away, 40 yards away for absolutely no reason at all, only because I have to be there for the power. The Jackery allows me to set up where it actually makes the most sense. Put that little music behind it. Battle tested Electro Voice Everse 888. A few more tips. So always make sure I build all my ceremony music, prelude music, and the actual processionals and recessional. I build those playlists on Spotify. Make sure they're downloaded onto your device. Don't show up being reliant upon any Wi-Fi provided by the venue. In addition to that, inside look at my little cheat sheet for the day. So I create a run of show that's essentially everything from our planning meetings, from our planning documents, all in our system. So obviously I do have all the processionals listed out. What I also do as another kind of fail-safe is I hyperlink every song. So technically, if for some reason I don't have the ability to pull up my playlist, or even just for the client's reference to make sure that I have the right versions, all of these are clickable. So it'll literally bring me right to Spotify to play those songs. Timestamps, specifically for our recessional, you want to start the recessional kind of like at the high point. Every client wants something a little bit different, but typically you want that moment to be celebratory. You want it to feel high energy, exciting. So we'll pick a timestamp for that one. So for this one, for example, Top Loader, Dancing in the Moonlight, the 2001 remix, we're gonna start at about 14 seconds in when the vocals kick in. That's kind of the whole breakdown of the day, who the officiant is, where are we? We're in the garden, kind of an inside look at a little bit of everything there. This is Matt Berman, famous world-renowned saxophone player.
That's what I hear.
Matt's gonna be doing the national anthem at the Giants game.
Matt Berman as he performs our national anthem.
Matt's one of my favorite saxophone players to work with. Super humble dude. Having live music in addition to your DJ, it takes the event to a whole nother level. So always exciting having Matt rocking next to me. You guys will see a little bit of that later. Play one more track to kind of like set the tone here. This will be an everlasting love. So ceremony's a wrap. Everything went flawlessly. The rabbi sounded great. Definitely made sense to have a speaker on either side. The space is just very wide, so it sounded fantastic. Now we're gonna head upstairs. Matt Berman on sax, setting the vibe in cocktail hour. Guests will come downstairs into the courtyard area for the reception and some dancing. So we'll see you there.
So friends and family, you already got the hang of it. I need you to grab those tambourines and I need you to get them up above your head and make as much noise as you possibly can. Feel free to stand as well if you'd like. It's my pleasure to introduce the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Kevin and Shahar Bishupan. Please, one more big round of applause for Shahar and Kevin. Don't they look incredible tonight, ladies and gentlemen?
All right, so let's get to what matters. Saxophone. I went up there, I played the balcony, and let me tell you, it was sexy. But I mean, obviously. DJ's overrated. Presses buttons. It doesn't even have real records. So playing sax at a wedding with a DJ, especially Dan, it makes a huge difference. Like a good DJ, that's amazing, and you take a great DJ and you add sax to it, and it just brings it to a whole nother level. I think that makes a world of difference, especially knowing when to come out and be in front and dancing with the crowd and when to blend in. And I'd like to think that we do that pretty well. So happy to be here, and it's an honor to play with these guys. All right, let's get back into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, one more time, can we make some noise for the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Bichupan? If I could take a quick moment too to shout out my saxophone player here. Can we make some noise for Matt Berman on the sax? Absolutely crushing it all night long. And thank you to each and every one of you. Please, if you're gonna go home tonight, please do so safely. Again, the after party is just upstairs.